Hello. Hi, very high gray. Early stream? You think? I'm like 5 minutes early. I think that's pretty normal for me. Can I get an Can I get an audio check, please? Ooh, my voice. Schedule set at a half hour, not the hour. Wait, really? Oh, that's my B. That's my bad. I really thought it said 2. I'm illiterate, apparently. Sebastian time and audio sounds good, I think. Alright, I'm taking your word for it. It seems good? Okay. We're about to go meet the man who owns the dog. How is everybody? This looks like the way to the prison yard. Sadly, the shutter is locked tight. Freedom awaits on just the other side, a stoic lock and key, twixt mine eyes and nose on the outdoor breeze. Such a cruel fate it is indeed. The more I think on it, the more it eats at me. And whose thoughts are you attempting to channel exactly with that soliloquy? Okay. Say hi to a rabbit. Why is there a rabbit just... I nearly tripped over it. Isn't this great, Mr. Edgeworth? It's like being at the zoo. Except it's the humans, not the animals, who live in captivity. No one would mind if I took one home with me, would they? If by home you mean behind bars, then no, I suppose not. That's crazy. Sleepy hours because I had to wake up early today, but otherwise good. Ooh, well, hopefully you can get a nap in or something. I'm also kind of sleepy, but we're doing good. My cat is sleeping on my lap, so we'll see how long she stands for that. Prison maximum security. Wow, it's pitch black in there. I can't see a thing. Didn't you say that the Yatagarasu takes flight, even in the dead of night or something? Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Whoa, you are one powerful performer. Thanks, but that doesn't help me see in the dark. I'm a human, not a three-legged raven. Eek! Angry dog. Oh my gosh. Why'd he look like that? What? Oh gosh, what kind of voice do I get? Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. That voice. I knew it. It has been far too long. Doggy, indeed. Remember me? I could hardly forget now, could I? After all, you are the one who put me away. The Full Metal Alchemist dog, no! Nina! Mr. Edgeworth? Are you talking to that dog? Or is there someone else in there? Still can't see a dang thing. Oh, but I'm forgetting myself. Forgive me. I do not often receive visitors. One moment. I will turn on the lights. Oh, what a prison indeed. You are a heavy-footed lot. Am I right in thinking there are 3 of you in all? Very well. Perhaps we should start by introducing ourselves. Cracked egg, mega mind looking. I am Bodhidharma Canis. As you may have gathered, Mr. Edgeworth and I are old acquaintances. Canis was a notorious assassin. Some knew him as the Blind Butcher. His only weapons were a vicious hunting hound and a fearsomely sharp knife. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells, the last sound his victims would ever hear. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I to guess why you have come to see me? You know why I'm here. In fact, I'm willing to bet you know every detail of this sordid little affair already. Then I suppose we have nothing to hide from one another.
「
Then I suppose we have nothing to hide from one another. 」
「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 」 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 「 "
Is bro playing chess on a Go table in there? Yes? Unless it's just a really fancy chessboard. Cute. I like that his prison tag says boss. Very good. Suspicion of murder. Your faithful canine friend is currently the chief suspect in a murder investigation. The person who found the body saw a dog with its mouth around the victim's throat. Your witness is mistaken. Helmut is a gentle soul. He is my eyes, nothing more. Lucy, you are thumping the table. It's absurd to think that he would do such a thing. Isn't it, boy? Yes, it is. You're a good boy, aren't you? Helmut is more than a mere seeing-eye dog. He's certainly no good boy. He's also a trained killer. A weapon once used in this man's sordid trade. This witness of yours, he is trustworthy, I assume. Sword is anything but trustworthy, and he's still very much a suspect himself. I hardly claim that his testimony is beyond reproach. But no, then. I thought as much. Yes, I did, Helmut. Yes. It figures that he already knew who our witness is. What were you doing between 8 and 10 a.m. yesterday morning, Mr. Canis? See you. Oh. During the show, you mean? I was here, ensconced in these humble surroundings. I have developed a passion for wood carving, you see. An obsession, even. I was engrossed in it all morning. She almost fell off my chair. Are you okay? And you have permission to engage in such a hobby. Can't believe someone would actually let you. The warden and I have an understanding. An understanding? That's ridiculous. This man shouldn't be allowed 1, let alone 5 chisels. Does indeed have 5 chisels. They're nothing but lethal weapons in his hands. I was carving Buddhist pieces at first, but by the 674th, my interest had begun to wane. Whoa, that must have taken forever! Time is all I have, child. In any case, my focus has now shifted to pieces such as these. What piece is this? What am I looking at? Is it a knight? I didn't know you played chess. Play too, do you not, prosecutor? Perhaps one day you might indulge me. Though you may find my game rather rudimentary. They only began after my arrival here, I am afraid. What is that piece? A dog, with 3 heads. Ah yes, the dogs of war. Must forgive my little joke. Chess is, after all, a game of war. Soldiers, knights, castles, all doing their utmost to protect the king, all loyal to the last. I have always thought it strange that such a game has no place for a dog. After all, what more loyal weapon could an army call upon? Still, it's simply a piece I made for fun. Fear not, I play by the regular rules, and with the regular pieces. I can't imagine it's easy finding opponents to play here in prison, though. Oh, I have my correspondence. Correspondent chess, then. Sharing moves by post. Yes, and prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters. Their contents are inspected, of course. Although, I have yet to receive the details of my current opponent's next move. Ow. See, you're hurting me. Ow. Ow. Play. Ah, my knees. Art for fun by Canis. He also seems to be engaged in correspondence chess via postal mail. Snail mail in this day and age?
Sounds like this current opponent isn't a resident here.
The victim.
I suppose you know the identity of the deceased, Mr. Canis. His name was Bronco Knight, was it not? Poor unfortunate soul. You keep your ear to the ground. My ears are all I have, Mr. Edgeworth. Why am I not surprised that he's plugged into the prison's information network? Perhaps he was not so unfortunate after all. What do you mean? Mr. Knight's crime was a grave one. A crime for which he would have been made to pay dearly anyway. The attempted assassination of a president. That is no small matter. Attempted assassination?
Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, didn't Mr. Knight...
Yes, we proved that he murdered his team leader, and that there was no attempt on the president's life. Could it be? Were they attempting to cover up President Wong's fake assassination scheme?
Whoa there, cowboy. You're saying Bronxter didn't actually have a pop at the Prez? I was hired to defend him on the charge of attempted murder. You mean, you don't know what really happened? So what, they just blamed the whole assassination thing on Mr. Knight?
It would explain why the committee was so keen to get involved.
Of course! They took you off the case to try and keep you away. Swapped in that Wiener kid to push through an attempted murder charge. In other words, they're trying to cover up the truth.
So they really were trying to frame him. According to the guards, this Knight, was it? They tell me he was violently insistent that he had attempted no assassination, which would have come out anyway when the case went to trial. I'm no expert on legal matters, but allow me to say this one thing. I know for a certainty that he would not have been the first inmate imprisoned on false pretenses. Ugh. An uncomfortable fact, yes, but a fact nonetheless. Yes, Helmut, yes it is. Yes. The courtroom is not always the bastion of truth you believe it to be, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ow. No claws.
No bastion of truth. I've heard something to that effect before. Yes, from a certain Interpol agent who doesn't have much faith in prosecutors.
My man!
You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. Never was able to fully dispel his mistrust of prosecutors. Even Helmut understands. Don't you, Helmut? Yes, you do. The truths revealed in court and your deductions. It is dangerous to trust either implicitly. But I am not bitter. You are not the first to make me a subject of unfounded suspicions in recent days. In fact, I was visited by another prosecutor only yesterday. I was accompanied by a judge. They even dragged the warden along, her distaste for me lingering unspoken in the air.
Not those two again!
Prosecutor Winner and Judge Gavelle. They went over my cell with a fine-tooth comb. They left empty-handed. They were looking for the murder weapon, I believe, to no avail. But I mustn't take it personally. Rumor has it that they searched every cell in the prison, and still failed to find what they were looking for. I pray they weren't too disappointed.
Winter, Gavelle, and the warden searched the prison for the murder weapon but couldn't find it. Well, that posed more questions than it answered. What do we do now?
Saad's testimony is flimsy at best. I'll need more proper evidence if I want to take Canis on. Well, I think that's quite enough chit-chat for one day. Helmut will show you out. Good boy, Helmut. Come on now.
He's not showing us out. Permanently, right? Let's get out of here. Come on!
He just ditched Edgeworth. Until next time, Mr. Canis. It does pain me that our brief time must end just as we were becoming reacquainted. I await your return, Mr. Edgeworth.
even search his... Oh, hi, Kay.
Now to gather the evidence I need to bolster my case.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth!
That's the best hiding spot she could find. It's alright, Kay. You can come down now. Where's Fender?
He ran off somewhere. I had no idea he could move that fast.
Fender.
So, what do we do now?
You and I will continue the investigation. I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that's been dogging us this whole time. Knight's body was found in one of the prison workshops, but he was presumably being detained in one of the detention center's holding cells. So how did he wind up on the other side of those heavy security doors? Let's start by investigating the holding cells.
In Mr. Knight's room, right? But, what about Mr. Fender?
I'm sure he'll find us when he's ready.
Sure, but he's kind of our boss, isn't he? Oh well. They do not care.
The victim's cell is just over there.
Lead the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
Who?
I've just about had it.
Who's that?
Oh, it's her.
Warden Lagarde. She must have come from the corridor marked no entry.
Still not talking, ma'am?
Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct?
No, and I've tried so many times I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report.
I guess a killer for hire was always going to be a rough nut to crack. A tough nut to crack. Killer for hire.
Oh!
Couldn't help overhearing, Warden Lagarde, but were you just talking about Bodhidharma Canis?
My, you were listening? How very gosh of you. A girl's privacy is her armor, you know.
Do you normally conduct interrogations of the man yourself?
Oh, it's just him. It's not just him, darling. I try to have the occasional... I can never remember how to say this. Tete-a-tete? With everyone, you see. That's what it means to be a member of the family in this little home of ours. There isn't a person who hasn't made the pilgrimage to my office at least once.
Your office?
How sweet! He's angling for an invite. Well, I suppose it is the hottest ticket in town.
I think so. Okay.
The scarf being happy is everything. The little yippy arms, they're so cute. It's down this corridor here, darling. But FYI, I don't let just anybody wander in willy-nilly.
Let's see. That would put it right around here.
It's a wonderful room if I do say so myself. All my guests rave about it. And who wouldn't want a view of my fabulous garden in the yard? Ooh la la! The yard? If it's anything like the rest of this place, it's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see? Oh, darling, it's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid that's just not possible. Why not? Because you're not a member of our home. If you want to see it that badly, you'll just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable.
That's a rather steep price to pay.
Oh, but just listen to me, chattering away like there's no tomorrow. It's time for Allie's lunchy brunch. The poor dear will be dying.
Allie?
The sweetest little dear in all the world. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but you know how it is. Now, do the yard with me. Ciao for now, darlings.
Wanted to ask her more about Canis, but she dominated that conversation from start to finish. Let's go investigate the victim's cell, shall we? So this is Knight's cell.
When do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edgeworth?
It would have to have been the evening of the 25th, just after the events at the lake. And then at some point, he wound up in the prison proper. But how? There must be some evidence here that'll point us in the right direction.
All right, let's get looking, Mr. Edgeworth.
We peep the room. There's stuff on the table. Must scour the scene, blah blah blah, yes.
Hey, look at this weird piece of paper.
There's some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look.
Next move, bishop to g2. What next, rook? No? Pawn to g6?
The grid appears to be a chess diagram. The victims, I suppose. Is Bro's shower also a sink? It might be.
What's a chess diagram?
A visual representation of a game of chess. See how the locations of all the pieces are marked? This seems to be a closely fought contest, but perhaps if this pawn were... No, wait.
Not now, Mr. Edgeworth. This is no time to be playing games.
Yes, I suppose you're right. This isn't the first time I've seen this configuration of pieces. It was from a different perspective, but it was definitely the same game. Perhaps it would be wise to take another look at the evidence in my possession.
We have... Ah, yes. Yes.
Eureka!
This chess game. I've seen it before.
Enough with the chess chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus.
I am investigating. This particular bit of chess chat could prove to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is?
It's the chess that we saw in Mr. Canis' cell. But, I don't really know the rules of chess, so...
The rules of the game are not important here. What's important are the positions of the pieces.
Oh, is my stream lagging? Uh-oh. Where my bitrate at? Excuse me. Where my bitrate at? Are we back? Hello? Are we back?
Do you notice anything?
Ah! I don't know which piece is which or anything, but if you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares.
Indeed. There's no dog in the diagram, but that's to be expected. Okay, we're back.
I don't know what happened.
Apart from that, however, the positions of the pieces are identical.
And what does that tell us?
Oh, I have my correspondence. As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Canis' chess opponent was...
Mr. Knight?
This could be just the proof we need to show that Mr. Canis had a connection with the victim.
Positions of the pieces match those on the board in Canis' cell.
Lunch.
Ooh, what's a menu doing here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It seems that those held in the detention center are able to choose what they'd like to eat each day. They can afford it, that is.
Money makes the world go round, I guess. But doesn't that... But doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees?
Well, Kay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Some of them don't deserve to be punished. Quite a few of them, in fact.
So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have a hard time of it as everybody else?
How did I wind up defending the practices of the detention system?
200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. Life as a pet stylist, understanding animal emotions. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. Making money while serving time. A second chance at life, interviews with a former prisoner. What a selection. Wow, that's a lot of books. Let's take a look. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. Understanding animal emotions. Life as a pet stylist. Maybe there was more to Mr. Knight than met the eye.
Sadly, I don't think these were his. They were likely specially selected and placed here for the detainees. With the hope that they would want to better themselves during their time here. Second Chance at Life. Interviews with a former prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates.
Oh, I like the look of this one. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. And this one too, making money while serving time.
This facility may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought.
Yeah. Shower sink.
Reflected in the mirror is...
a security camera, a great thief's greatest enemy. Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest.
I think that might be entirely deliberate, Kay. Guard. I'd like you to retrieve the footage from this security camera and review it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately.
Yes, sir! Why is there a ball and chain on the... Okay.
This must be Knight's suit jacket.
So I've been doing some research of my own.
Oh, and what have you discovered?
I've discovered that guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies. But don't worry, guys with frilly neck ruffles are next on my research list.
Please stop.
Oops. Okay. Hey, look! This newspaper's got a chunk of it missing.
Right, a few of its pages have been roughly torn out.
Newspaper from the day before the incident. A few of its pages have been roughly torn out.
Why?
Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell but didn't have a cleaning cloth.
It's not a totally implausible theory, I suppose, but who would try to clean their cell?
Maybe you're a neat freak.
Something different about this spot here.
This part of the floor is weirdly clean. Did somebody wipe it down or something? Is there something in the cell that could have been used to wipe the floor?
Why would somebody only do the part right next to the bed, though? This part of the floor has been wiped clean.
Maybe he spilled some grape juice.
Who knows? But we can certainly imagine what he used to do the wiping. The torn out pages of that newspaper.
Why wouldn't he just ask a guard for a cloth or something, though?
Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping up. No! What no? Again? What is wrong with my bitrate? Hello?
Why? Why is the Wi-Fi so bad? Hello?
Are we back? Hello? Screams.
What's wrong with our Wi-Fi?
Hello, we're back.
Yay! There are signs on the floor and the victim's detention center holding cell was wiped clean. But I didn't look at the toilet yet!
I think we've about exhausted this cell. We've made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim.
This is bad, sir!
Is that the guard?
The security camera footage, sir! I watched it and...
What is it? Can you show it to us?
Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me.
And what are you waiting for? Let's see it. Was that?
That black thing! It's that dog, right?
Yeah, the 3D goes crazy. Till now, our assumption was that the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. But it seems that that assumption may have been wrong. Knight had actually been attacked in this location.
Holding cells.
Take that!
Right here in the detention center. The perpetrator was indeed Mr. Canis' dog. This is just the evidence we need.
Footage of a detention center holding cell showing the victim being attacked by a dark form.
And if this is where Knight was actually murdered, then one of the pieces of evidence we found here in this cell takes on a whole new meaning. If Knight's cell was the crime scene, which piece of evidence takes on a new significance?
Take that!
The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. Could that something have been his blood?
Get the luminol!
Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor?
Name it, sir.
There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you to give him a message. Tell him to have this cell tested for traces of blood, and to report the results to Edgeworth.
You got it, sir. I've ordered a test to see if it was blood. Now we can really go after that Canis guy, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knight and the dog moved between his cell and the prison proper.
Right, so that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, Coach? Where are we off to?
I suspect one of the guards might know something. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us.
Okay, time to get asking. Huh?
My boy! Thanks for the tour. Later. Well, well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. I didn't expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day. This is Agent Shilong Lang of Interpol. He was in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks back. I thought he had gone home to Zhongfa after that, but here he is. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Long.
You could say that. Nothing that need concern you, though. Hehe, first a black hound and now a wolf in all black. Hey, wait. Why are you all alone today?
It's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers.
I hear you were at it again a couple days back, sticking your nose into things.
A couple days back. Huh, he means the incident with the president of Zhongfa. Actually, I had thought you might be there as well, heading up the security detail.
Ha! Our president doesn't have much faith in the efficacy of his own country's police force. Maybe now he'll think twice before using contractors again. Amateurs.
Agent Long doesn't have much faith in prosecutors or the courts to do their jobs right, which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his hand-picked cream-of-the-crop officers. Indeed, no doubt things would have turned out differently had you and your men been in charge.
My men, huh?
Yeah, those guys aren't around anymore. What? They're not?
It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now.
What are you saying, Agent Long? What on earth happened?
I told you, it doesn't concern you. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor. No, he's so lonely. Wow, he seemed not okay.
Yes, and I would very much like to know why. But there's nothing we can do about it right now. We'll worry about Agent Long later. We have an investigation to conduct.
All right, let's start by talking to these guards.
Oh man, I'm in so much trouble. What's the matter? You seem perturbed.
Oh, well, you see, one of my uniforms is missing. I could have sworn it was right here in my locker. Did it grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere?
Where in the world did that idea spring from?
Anyway, I hope you track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Stolen from a guard's locker in the detention center corridor on March 26th.
I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently?
That thing?
No way! If I had, I'd...
Well, let's just say I'd be a lot more nervous about standing guard here. So, do you and this dog have some kind of history or something?
Now, Kay. You should know when to let sleeping dogs lie. By the sound of it, Canis's dog hasn't been spotted on this side of those heavy security doors.
Hey! Are those my faithful assistants I see before me? Where have you been?
Bender, where exactly have you been?
Where have I been? I've been looking for you two. Been searching high and low. Wandering lonely through the prison halls. Lonely through the prison halls. It was terrible, I tell you. But the prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss. So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You want to hear it, right?
Seamless.
I was chatting with a few of the guards, and they told me something très interessant. Turns out the Bronxter had himself a little incident 2 days ago. Pre-mortem, if you catch my drift.
An incident? Simeon told you to come...
Simeon told you he came to visit his pal, right? Well, it happened right after they'd wrapped up, when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell. It was just one guard, and he was handcuffed, Hobbs. They made it back and... Huh? They made it back, and the guard was taking off his cuffs when the Bronxter clobbered him, knocked the poor guy out cold. Sounds like it might have been the prelude to a jailbreak. Because when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find their comrade's keys.
Were there any rumblings about Knight attempting an escape?
That's the bit that fries the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell, then turned up dead. And what's more, he swore right at the end that he never stole the keys. They turned his cell inside out too, but no dice.
The guard who was struck, what did he have to say?
Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him out to the hospital. Word is, he's still there.
So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened.
A guard was attacked and his keys, including the one to Knight's cell, were stolen. They have yet to be recovered. The little blue one? What is that for? Looks like a car key. What the? It's you, losers!
All we need.
are you still hanging around here like a bad smell?
Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Miles here is working with me now as an associate.
Nonsense! You're all just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a fart!
Eustace means farce, of course. A simple slip of the tongue.
That is crazy!
Seems like a reasonably apt choice of words to me.
Judge Gavale, great to see you again.
I know who you are. You are Simeon Saint's attorney.
Guilty as charged. Now that he's broken the ice, how about a friendly? Or not, I'm totally cool either way.
Now, did I hear you correctly? That Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team?
Yup, and me too. We're officially employees of Edgeworth and Co. Cat.
But a prosecutor is a public servant. You would draw your sword on the goddess to work for personal gain? It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid, though, correct?
Exactly. What he said. Miles here is just a volunteer. Bro's not gonna pay him. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth and Co.
Oh, wonderful. So you all work without reward. The goddess would surely approve.
Yeah. I'm a regular philanthropist.
Judge Gavale, I was hoping to ask you about the grounds for Simeon Saint's arrest. That information is on a need.
Is that a challenge I hear?
No, I was just asking Judge Gavale.
I'm always ready for a little verbal combat, to show you what it takes to be a real winner.
Oh, is it verbal combat? Oh, how is it verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could prove useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now, if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Saint was arrested.
Goofy baby. He definitely is goofy.
There will be no need for that. Eustace, we should—
Not now, Gavale. Watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place, he's going to run rings around me.
I think you meant to say that you would be the one running rings around me.
And I will, so badly that your ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humbled, Edgeworth.
Reason for arrest.
You want to know why I arrested that man? It's simple. Simple. I found evidence. Evidence of him all over that thing. How's that for some winningly incontrovertible, conclusive proof? And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature.
Where do I even begin?
Look at you, utterly lost for words in the face of such mastery. I'll take your silence as yet another win.
Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. But do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner?
Well, obviously it was the police who actually arrested him. But I told them to do it, so I think I can claim the credit, don't you?
Of course that's what he meant. This is clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. Given that I'm much more interested in what Judge Gavale is silently thinking over there.
What did you find, buddy?
Evidence of him was all over that thing. Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Winner?
Do I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I'd hoped even you could put two and two together.
Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide a comprehensible testimony. Come on now, Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends would be very interested to learn how you cracked the case. They certainly look keen to hear about it.
Fine, if you insist, I'll fill in the gaps. Brace yourselves, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. I bet you didn't even know, but the victim had, wait for it, a chess set with him. And that chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Mr. Simeon Saint.
Praise be to the goddess of justice for the insight she offers, and congratulations once again, Eustace. You would not object to Eustace amending his testimony, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth? No, by all means, please do.
Mr. Saint's fingerprints were right there, all over the victim's chess set. Yeah, because he brought it to him.
Objection!
Okay, buddy. Is my stream lagging again? I swear this bitrate, hello? What is wrong with the Wi-Fi? I'm gonna like turn off my phone Wi-Fi, see if that helps. Ew. Alright, I'm back. Are we back? Please. Let me know if we're back.
So the fingerprints on the chest set were the ace up your sleeve?
The what up my what? Oh, yes, the chest set up the ace's sleeve. Back? Back? Question mark? Question mark? Maybe? Are we? Please? Please? That's right, Edgeworth. I've got a winning hand, as usual. Also, the question mark Ahoge, he is the big dum-dum. Absolutely. It's really funny. His Ahoge, usually it's like the question mark shape, but when you surprise him, it becomes an exclamation point.
Only, your winning hand is a busted flush. For you see, it was Simeon Saint who brought that chest set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it is only natural that his fingerprints are all over it.
Yeah! Like that.
That took a while to sink in. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything, and Mr. Saint's arrest was premature.
Premature?
The incident took place here within the walls of this facility. Cutesy pie. Being neither a guard nor a prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Saint.
Oh! Girly pop, yeah, for sure.
Ugh, now what?
I think you might be the premature one here, Mr. Edgeworth. And to think, you were the one accusing me of being hasty.
Did he only just work out what that word means?
Sure, I identified Mr. Saint as a suspect faster than pretty much anybody else. And I won the race when it came to picking out the crucial evidence, too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. But hasty? Not at all. You're right that Mr. Saint isn't a guard or a prisoner here, but he was...
Eustace. Judge Cavell.
Put out Cavell! I have him right where I want him!
If I knew him IRL, I'd throw a brick at him, but he's so iconic.
He's fine because he's a fictional character. If he was real, I would beat him up.
Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may, while the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor?
Something more impressive?
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edgeworth, Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it.
Yes, of course. That. Well remembered, Cavell. Listen to this, Edgeworth, and prepare to be amazed.
Objection!
Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Saint was arrested?
Let's just say, you won't be disappointed.
Judge Cavell deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning.
Thank you for the follow, Nicholas. Welcome in. How are you? Finally caught me. Yeah! Hopefully you're doing well.
What exactly is she up to?
The whereabouts of the murder weapon. Doing good. How are you? I'm also doing pretty good. I'm happy to be playing this game. I love Ace Attorney. Fact 1. The murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Fact 2. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. Thank you for the head pat. From these 2 facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside. It must have been hidden inside the chess set. That's what I think anyway. And since the only prints we found on the chess set belong to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon in and used it, wouldn't you?
Nothing else. His testimony this time is a little more comprehensible than the last.
Another winning deduction, brought to you by one winner Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire.
More like one winner, useless prosecutor extraordinaire, if you ask me.
But how could anyone even hide a weapon inside that chess set? Good question. Why don't you take a look for yourselves?
Inside the chessboard. I suppose there is only one way to find out.
We were carrying this chessboard the entire time. And no one cared.
There's nothing in here but chess pieces.
That laugh is really something.
He seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden in here somewhere. Better take a closer look.
These are chess pieces, right? I've seen the ones you have in your office. So how come these are black and white?
Most chess pieces are. The ones in my office are custom made.
As in, they're unique and probably valuable? I like the sound of that.
She's got that glint in her eye. She'd better not be planning a robbery.
Watch your chess set, Edgeworth.
No. I wanted to move it.
Yeah, here.
What? The stiff lining at the top opens like a flat door.
Whoa, there's plenty of room in there.
Indeed. More than enough to hide something like a small knife.
Ingenious, no? The killer snuck the weapon in by... What do you mean, huh? Let me finish, will you?
I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Winner. Or perhaps you've simply forgotten.
Myrmidknife. True. Sebastian's a Myrmidon.
The detention center is outfitted with a security gate.
Huh? I mean, yeah, and?
The security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace. We must pass through another one on the way into the prison itself, remember?
Aha! Yes, that's right. Of course I remember.
He definitely didn't. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate and into the facility, which would seem to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. Winner. That gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjected to a cursory check. Are you telling me that the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard of late.
That seems to be a bit of a security issue, guys. Maybe we should check things that come into the prison. Very good. Thank you, Gavel.
It was my pleasure. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? It's like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winner's holds up, shall we?
Alright. The murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. How do you know that?
Hold it!
Metal blade, you say? And do you have any evidence to support this?
Huh! You mean you didn't even look at the victim's injuries? Why am I not surprised, you third rate? The fatal blow was a stab wound to the neck, and it was delivered by a knife-like blade. That much is absolutely beyond doubt.
Here's that they are not yet aware of a certain other piece of information.
Lost for words, are we? Then I'll just keep going. My brilliant deductions don't end there, you know. Do I have the dog? Ew. But it's not really, like, decisive or anything. Stab him to the throat. I mean, I guess we could try it. But I will save.
Objection!
No!
Okay, yeah. Not decisive enough. That's okay. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls. Yes, we know
Hold
that.
it!
They should be.
The fact that such objects are strictly controlled doesn't mean they're actually forbidden.
Well, no. I mean, some of the prisoners use scissors to cut the animal's hair, and
And that avenue of inquiry was conscientiously pursued, as you no doubt recall, Eustace.
Yes, only one bladed object had been signed out by a single prisoner at the time of the incident. That item was tested for traces of blood, but none were found.
I suppose he's referring to the scissors Mr. Sod was using.
So there's no way the blade in question came from inside the prison.
Hold it!
Outside. What does that mean exactly?
Ha! The opposite of inside, you numbskull!
Was that an attempt at clarification or a put-down? Because it clearly accomplished neither. What Eustace means to say is that it must have been brought in from outside the prison by Mr. Saint.
Honestly, Edgeworth, if you haven't figured that out by now, then you're an even bigger loser than I thought!
The feeling is mutual, believe me.
Mr. Saint clearly brought the murder weapon into the prison. The question is, how?
Hold it!
But no murder weapon was found at the crime scene, and there's nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, Mr. Winter. Did you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be?
Well, the perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison.
Is there a problem with his claim?
Yeah?
They hid it somewhere inside the prison. That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that's not the case.
Because you guys literally checked everything.
Take that!
Eustace, you guys checked.
I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winter. Didn't you and the good judge search the prison with Warden Lagarde? Didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon?
Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it. That's all. Wow, way to undermine yourself.
You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough. You, the so-called winning rookie?
Stop making fun of me!
Eustace, calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin.
You're right. I'm a winner. Why should I let a third-rate loser like Edgeworthless get under my skin? It's cute. It's cute. But, hold on. Let me see if I can find... Because in the fan-translated version, they popped off with... If it's not this line, it's a very similar one. You see. I bookmark it. Yeah. Hold on, guys. This is important. This is very important. Where is that line? Where is it? Ah, please, Twitter. Where is it? Please. Oh, wait. I'm gonna send you guys the link to this. It's so good. Enjoy. Enjoy. Anyway.
I'll thank you to leave my name out of this.
Well, I'm Kay Faraday, and I'm A-OK!
Not you too. Please.
Look, it's simple. Since my first-rate investigation didn't turn up any weapon, it means there wasn't one to find. Which which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why we couldn't find it when we looked, obviously.
Objection!
But what you are proposing is impossible. And this proves why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon out of the prison with them.
Take that!
Buddy.
More memory trouble, Mr. Winner? Now you're forgetting things you yourself said.
Oh, are you making fun of me? Again?
Oh, so you remember what I said? But perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this.
What's that? Wait, does he seriously not remember?
It would certainly seem that way. There is a security gate at each of the entrances to the detention center and the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to pass through both of them. 2 gates, both fitted with metal detectors.
Oh, wait! Now I remember! Looks like he got his memory back.
So as you can see, there is no way anyone could have taken a weapon out through both gates. And therefore, there is no way the murder weapon could have left the building.
Ah!
In which case, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon might be? It is still here on the premises. That's the only plausible conclusion to be drawn.
But we searched the prison from top to bottom and couldn't find anything.
Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you were laboring under the misconception that it's a blade you were looking for.
Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes.
That is quite a claim. I assume you have the evidence to support it. What is the weapon that was used to commit the crime? Take a look at this, Judge Cavell, and the weapon used in this case will become clear.
Dog?
Take that!
This footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now, watch it for yourselves and see.
What? But how?
This footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he really died, wouldn't you say? Yes, it is certainly significant. So now we know that Knight was, in fact, killed in this cell by a vicious dog. A dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know this thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree that there is no way the dog could have planned such a crime itself. Indeed, I fear it may have been his handiwork after all.
Overruled.
That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth. Judge Cavell, you are correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence, but it also raises an important new question. A question that I suspect you have also been asking yourself. That's right, there's one major problem with my version of the events. The black dog, the one that belongs to one of the inmates. How did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will?
Oh! How do we answer that one, Mr. Edgeworth?
The truth is, I don't know yet.
Of course not. Can it, Wonder Boy? You didn't even notice there was a problem.
Overruled.
Until the defense provides an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That is all. This court is adjourned. But, wait! There's still so much to explore!
Overruled.
Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would be so kind as to leave the courtroom. Court was never in session in the first place. Once again, this court is a...
Objection!
You may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint. What do you mean? Just as we don't yet know how the dog made it into one of the detention center's holding cells, you can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison either. He would have been allowed as far as the visitor's room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed a crime in a place he had no access to. Judge Cavell, I believe it is your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simeon Saint was able to enter the prison.
Overruled.
You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular, but very well.
What? They actually have something?
Now seems like a good a time as any. And I suppose you have been kind enough to share your own theories on the case? What is she building up to here? Mr. Edgeworth, I
I suspect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He is a circus performer.
A what?
Yes, perhaps you've heard of the Berry Big Circus?
Ah!
Oh, we know them all too well, don't we?
Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day, after all.
Important in what way, exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps?
A meeting? Oh, heavens, no! I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit.
You see it now, I assume? As I'm sure you are aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners' entertainment. A show featuring animals and performers, performed by members of the Berry Big Circus.
So, does that mean Mr. Saint...
Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. A fact that has been confirmed by beyond reasonable doubt.
Oh!
She held on to that fact until the last possible moment. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. Wait.
What out, Gabelle? I have him right where I want him.
Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may, while the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? That must be why she steered him onto a different topic back then, too.
I got you good, didn't I, you third-rate prosecutor?
This has nothing to do with you. Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. If I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edgeworth, your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. Should you wish to retain it, you will do well to avoid crossing paths with us again.
Is that a threat?
The goddess of justice is compassionate, Mr. Edgeworth, but she is not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and... one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense. Thank you for your concern, but I do not abandon anything. When I start, I finish. Well, do try to remember that the two jobs are not one and the same, and that a defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their client. Next time, finding out your client's real occupation might be a good place to start. Now I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all.
So Simeon lied to us. Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not having second thoughts about all this, are you, Milesy boy? Sure, Judge Gavelle is a tough cookie, but that doesn't mean you can just give up the ghost. The defense never rests, as a wise man once said, and that goes for associates too.
Don't worry, Fender. I have no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption that Mr. Saint couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false, which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one, I'm afraid.
You do that, Edgeworth. You do that.
You withheld information from me. Why?
Eep! I didn't withhold anything, or at least I didn't mean to. Okay, so you are a member of the Berry Big Circus, right? No, I mean, yes, but no. I'm not really a member. I'm still new.
It's irrelevant. You are still a member.
Eep!
Bro just passed out.
Let's try this again. Why didn't you tell us? Because it would have looked so suspicious, me being a performer in the circus show, and me being friends with Bronco. I thought that if anyone found out, nobody would believe I was innocent. Not even you, Kay.
I thought I made it clear that I believed in you.
But when you stare at me like that, I get so terrified, You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Miles? Any other client-scaring tips you want to share?
You're really not helping, Fender. At this rate, it sounds like we really will need to question him about everything all over again.
So what do you do at the circus, Simeon? I'm an animal tamer, kind of. I'm still learning the ropes.
That's so cool. Do you get to train lions and tigers and bears and stuff?
Lions! Tigers! Bears! Oh my! No. I work with this little guy. Money. Looks pretty tame already to me.
You're not exactly a tamer. More like one of those old-timey organ grinders.
Not now, Money. I'm trying to... Oh, you little scamp.
Slay.
Something tells me it's the organ grinder who's being monkeyed around. When we spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company. I was telling the truth. The circus really is a company. We all have titles and everything. The ringmaster's the CEO, and I guess you'd call me a gopher. I even have a line manager. She's the head of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division. She's such an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world she couldn't convince to do her bidding.
Even Miles here? I'd like to see somebody whip him into shape.
I am not some kind of creature vendor. So this line manager, was she working with you on the show? Yes, it was just us two. It wasn't all that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's usually the one performing on stage. I just do all the monkey work. But I did have a bit part this time. So only 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case.
Thank goodness.
Alright, talk me through your movements here at the facility. Sure, I came to see Bronco at around noon 2 days ago. That was when you brought in the chess set. Yes, and that same evening I started to work on the setting. I started work on setting up the stage in the yard. It was so hard. I had to haul everything in by myself over multiple trips. They let us use one of the rooms in the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think. Workshop A, where Knight's body was found.
You mean your boss didn't help you?
Oh no, I could never ask her to schlep all that stuff around. Like I said, the monkey work's my job. Once it was all set up, we did a run-through, and it must have been, midnight by the time I left. The next morning, I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 a.m. Then we performed till 10? So Mr. Saint was the only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. Knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended. Do you have any idea why you were arrested?
Why so quickly? I've never seen a good guy get booked so fast. Surely even Little Winter wouldn't just pull somebody in on a hunch.
Never underestimate the power of an underdeveloped intellect. I think I might know why. When I was moving all the stuff, I went to go see how he was doing. Bronco, I mean. You went to the holding cells on your own. Tell me you had permission. No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything, so I just sort of snuck over and hoped no one stopped me. But you'd just seen him earlier that same day. Why take the risk? I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see, just like me. I knew he'd be feeling lonely, that he'd want somebody to talk to, so I had to go see him. You don't have any family? For a while I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid. Losing one's father as a child. I know that pain all too well.
He's just like you and me, Mr. Edgeworth.
There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him. No, the other holding cells were empty, and I didn't see any guards.
Well, somebody must have seen you, or you wouldn't be in there.
Oh no! I messed up so bad, didn't I? So the assumption is that something happened while the two were alone together. At least, I imagine that would be Winter and Judge Cavell's thinking. In any case, I think we'll need to speak to your boss next. Last I heard, she's supposed to be around today too, somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, won't you? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I let this happen.
Sure thing, Simeon. We're here for you. If there's anything else we could do, just say the word.
But, I mean, that is, there's nothing I could do for you in return.
You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. They all have dead dads. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had a you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you are the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here.
Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defense attorney, that's what. Bravo, big guy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you even reminded me of your old man for a moment there.
I did.
From the Book of Gregory, an attorney is a friend of the friendless. Simeon, my bucko, this guy'll suffer any hardships for your friendship. Things are gonna be shiply amazing.
I didn't realize Talk Like a Pirate Day had come early this year, Fender.
But that's just the thing. You never know when a pirate will strike next. Anyway, kid, you want some candy?
No thanks. I don't like sweet stuff.
Oh, bummer. I wouldn't mind a nice ship myself. A great thief's galleon for the dread pirate K. Yahar, me hearties. We'll sail the seven seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth.
The One Piece. Shiver me timbers, you two will be the death of me.
He's playing along! Slay.
Come on, let's set sail for the prison yard. But no sea shanties on the way, please.
Look, the shutter's open.
That's the way out to the yard, I believe.
Let's go take a look. Come on, what are you waiting for? They're so cute.
Someone's excited. So this is the famous yard. The circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered.
Check it out! It's like the backdrop to some epic festival.
Most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered. Which means that anyone who saw the show has an alibi.
True.
Alright, time to take a look around.
Eek!
Hey!
She's being abused. Stop hitting me! Help, Mr. Edgeworth!
Cease! And desist, you beast!
Ah! Somebody, ouch! Help! Ow! Me! Stay, Azia! Stay! Who's that? Oh my gosh, look who it is. Aw, you found a new friend to play with. Good for you, girl. Play with? Your elephant nearly ate me. No way, she'd never do a thing like that. Azia doesn't even bite. At least, not very often.
So she does have a taste for human flesh?
How did you like meeting a real live elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did? Yeah, glad I didn't die. But you did have fun, right?
There, sweetie. Don't cry. She had a wonderful time, didn't you, Kay? Don't mislead the poor girl, Fender.
She did? Oh, I'm so happy.
Here, let me make it up to you. How about a hug?
Keep your trunk to yourself. Hehe. Aw, another new friend. Isn't this just the best day ever?
I am Associate Defense Attorney Miles Edgeworth.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. It's so nice to meet you. I'm Kay, Great Thief Extraordinaire and Mr. Associate Defense Attorney's Great Associate.
This self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted.
And your elephant's newest friend is Mr. Fender, the defense attorney. Oh, she's not just any elephant. That's Azia, the Asian elephant. Azia stopped the second you told her to. You really have a way with animals, Regina. Hehe. Well, I wouldn't be much of an animal tamer if I didn't. What? So, you're Simeon's boss? That's right. Regina Berry, head of the Animal Taming Department, Showbiz Division, Berry Big Circus. It's so lovely to meet all of you.
Pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Name's Eddie Fender. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. So much for whipping me into shape.
Yes. She's perfect.
What are you muttering to yourself about, Kay?
That positivity, that charisma, that energy. Regina, you'd make a perfect partner in crime for the great thief Yatagarasu. Great thief? That sounds like fun. My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time. That's the one thing we don't want to steal. Gotta keep it on the down low, all stealthy ninja-like. But where's the fun without a show? The down low sounds like it might get me down. Bummer. I think we've got a fundamental difference of opinion going on here.
It would indeed appear that negotiations have broken down. Maybe next time, Kay.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get cracking. Too bad we can't see much of what's beyond that metal fence, though.
Indeed. We're in sore need of information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any persons of interest as well.
Okay.
A wicker basket, or rather a cart given the wheels.
Ooh, smells like animals. Oh, oof, smells like animals.
Suppose they must have been using it to move things around.
Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop in and race it down a hill? Ooh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down a hill on office chairs.
Where did any of that come from?
Yes, Kay.
This door appears to be locked.
Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try.
No, if we deem it necessary, we will simply ask for the key.
Spoil sport. That could have been my chance to shine.
Free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me.
I'm different.
An Asian elephant named Azia, and one of the very big circus's many animals. She certainly seems very fond of petting humans based on what we've seen. Well, most humans.
Can't just glare at her like that, Mr. Edgeworth. She'll think you're trying to show her who's boss.
Are you telling me she thinks I'm one of her kind?
No, just that she respects you, I guess.
How comforting. Does not want to pat Edgeworth.
Hey!
Who are you shouting at?
Ponds like this usually have goldfish in them, right? I wanted to see if they'd come say hello.
I only see water striders.
Hey, water striders are cool. They can walk on water like ninjas.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Man, I wish I could do that.
So much for the goldfish.
There's a fishbone. Hello? Danger, high voltage. I never saw one of these in real life. Hey, that must be the fabulous garden outside the warden's office over there.
Ah yes, Warden Lagarde mentioned being able to see it from her window on the detention center side.
Wish this dumb barbed metal fence wasn't in the way, though. I thought it was all one big yard.
Given how protective the warden seems over a little bit of earth, I imagine it's to keep riffraff like us out. This must be the stage for the show.
Do you think people would be interested in a great thieving show?
I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend.
I thought you wanted to keep things on the down low. Hi. What are you doing here?
Ah, Mr. Attorney, sir. And how are you today, if you don't mind me asking?
Today? We just talked to you earlier, Mr. Sawit.
Oh heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see. In order to be as annoying as possible. I'm currently helping out with the circus show's stage teardown and cleanup. But if you have need of me, I'll do my utmost to help. I'm just chipping in and doing what I can, model prisoner that I am. Yes, my stay in this prison has seen me reborn. The Frank Sod you see before you is a changed man. A changed man, who now targets the recently deceased. No, you misunderstand. That was just a moment of madness.
A moment of madness? Ugh, you're a disgrace to all thieves everywhere.
You're right, of course. I can't deny it. I still have a long way to go. As a thief. Anyway, as you can see, I have a shiny new bracelet now. So it's the straight and narrow for me. Like I say, I'm a model prisoner. Not that a real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that. I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society.
Yeah, you even skipped the show to focus on your training, didn't you?
That's right. Only 2 inmates were absent, Sawit and Canis. Why didn't you tell us about Mr. Canis sooner? Ah, that. Look,
I don't think there's an inmate in this prison who'd want to talk about him if they didn't have to. Well, you could say he's the real one in charge around here. You didn't hear it from me, but, well, I guess it comes with being the fixer.
The fixer?
Yes, anything you need, he can get it for you. But how does he get away with it? I'm not sure, but he's the only one who does. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility.
Imagine being the fixer affords Kane certain privileges.
Not that I concern myself with such things anymore, of course. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique.
And what are these mud packs exactly?
They're a special type of mud treatment, rich with minerals. It works wonders on their coats. I've been practicing on the animals here in the prison. I hope to treat them all eventually.
Speaking of mud, that reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try presenting it to him.
Okay, your glove. That's the rubber glove I dropped.
Would you care to explain why it's so dirty?
Oh, of course. There's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened.
I see. Around what time would this have been?
Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps? The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick black mud.
I think the stress of prison might be getting to him.
Okay. Of course, it's all thanks to the warden that we have access to such wonderful distractions. I'm eternally grateful, truly I am. Alright, buddy.
A simple, sturdily built well. I wonder if it was the work of the prisoners.
Somebody's left a bunch of tools lying around. There's a long piece of rope and a pretty heavy-looking weight. Let's see, it weighs 30 pounds. Oh, and there's some pulleys, too.
Kay, can you stop touching everything in sight?
At least she has gloves on. Aw, come on, it's not like I was gonna take anything.
What exactly were they being used for, I wonder?
That's it? That's it?
Okay. You're the head of the animal taming department. You must be Mr. Saint's boss.
That's right. My dad founded the Very Big Circus. But he passed away. He was murdered. I'm sorry to hear that. But we have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was a good friend of my dad's too. Wow, that's great. Lucky you. I know, right? It was his idea to set up the departments like animal taming, magic, and ventriloquy. Only animal taming and ventriloquy have more than one person right now. But the Very Big Circus is getting bigger and better day by day. Sounds like you guys are really going places.
Getting on well. I'll leave them to it.
I feel like the ventriloquy department also only has one person, and she's counting the puppet as a second.
But so it goes. Can you tell me about the show?
Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. And not just any story. It's a love story. Isn't that dreamy?
Sounds like a regular riot. So who's the star of the show? Whoa. Hello? Let me guess. You?
No, silly. That would be Azia. And she falls in love with none other than Regent the Tiger. It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspecies romance.
Whoa, Nelly. I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit.
And that's not all. There's a love triangle, too. It's so romantic.
Thank you for the hydrate and stretch kimono. How are you?
That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
So the elephant is the heroine. I suppose there's a first time for everything. And, who's the third wheel?
Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear our star-crossed lovers apart. Ooh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth?
Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion.
I think a raven would be cool, like the Yatakarasu. Nope, it's a sneaky monkey.
It's certainly lowered the stakes.
Oh, you mean money, right? Nope again. The role of the monkey is played by Simeon. Okay. Money's far too small to play against Azia and Regent, silly. Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Azia and Regent apart. What'll become of the fated twosome? It's so exciting, isn't it? Wow, it sure is.
So, Mr. Saint was more than just a little helper he claims to be.
Poor Simeon. It'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore.
You tell me about how you set things up for the performance.
Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all the lifting and carrying. He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him doing something near that well, though.
Well, recall seeing one behind the stage. Should examine it in more detail.
You should have seen him moving those huge cages around all by himself. He's a total hero. Yeah. Sounds like something he would do.
Weeping all the while.
He was going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. The prison gave us special permission to use it for storage. But he was the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that.
The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess this confirms that Mr. Saint was the only performer to have gone into Workshop A.
Well, this sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us. You have to help Simeon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you. Just leave it to us. You may not look it, but Mr. Edgeworth knows how to get things done.
What exactly is he may not look it supposed to mean? There you are! Regina Cupcake!
Oh, Warden Lagarde!
I've been simply dying to sit you down for a chat, you exquisite little thing!
Well, you can chat with me.
Do you mind if I ask a little bit about the prison? Oh, not at all. This place is my pride and joy, my home. Sure, it was a prison when I first arrived, and it was awful, an utter disgrace. Awful. I suppose you mean the prisoners were unruly. I most certainly do not. They're angels, every one of them, and they always have been. No, it was the ambiance that was awful. I fretted, I brooded, and then it hit me. The animals. If anyone could brighten up the place, it was them.
It is nice having them around.
Isn't it just? And now look at my fabulous little family. Why, my darling Frankie is the very picture of rehabilitation. Except when he's rifling through dead men's pockets. We have so many success stories among the family, but darling Frankie really is a marvel. He's thrown himself into his vocational training and is always the first to volunteer for everything.
What, and your other model prisoners don't do that?
Oh, of course they do, my dear. Of course. They're all such triers, such doers. It's just that Frankie, let's just say he knows what's good for him. What exactly does she mean by that? Anyway, he's a very good boy, so do try to be nice to him, won't you? Loud, soaring music, great leaping animals. The Berry Big Circus truly has it all. And everybody who comes here gets to see it once a month.
Really? In that case, let me see.
She'd better not be thinking of something to confess to. This monthly show. Is it always performed by the Berry Big Circus? But of course, sweetie. I'm Regina's biggest fan. That girl's my little princess, my superstar. She's so wonderfully talented. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. On the lips. I guess she's known for that, though. And she's so adorable, so sweet. I could just gobble her right up.
You're not lying when you say you're her biggest fan, huh?
Which is why I'm worried about her. So worried. It's all because of poor Simeon, you see. If he's found guilty, why, darling Regina would be devastated. So you simply must make sure that doesn't happen, Mr. Lawyer. Please! I'm begging you. If there's anything I could do to help you clear up this awful misunderstanding, you let me know. Regina, darling, you put on the most splendid show for us yet again. The stage, the stars, and you in particular, my princess. It was simply divine.
Hee, that's so nice of you. I hope everybody else who watched enjoyed it too.
About that, dear, I'm afraid I have something awful to confess. There were some absences, you see. She must mean Canis and saw it. We were 3 members short. Unbelievable, I know. How will you ever forgive me? I'm sorry, but you're saying 3 inmates didn't attend the show? That's right, sweetie. I counted the seats myself. 1, 2, 3 no-shows. And I always make sure there are enough seats for everybody.
But Mr. Edgeworth, that's not right, is it?
Indeed. As far as we were aware, Mr. Canis and Mr. Sawit were the only ones not present. This doesn't add up. Who is the 3rd missing prisoner, and what were they doing? It seems we need to investigate further. Oh, I was enjoying my chat with dear Regina so much I almost forgot. I must feed the little one. Little one?
Yikes! Alligator!
You're looking as adorable as always, Allie, my sweet.
Aw, she's so pretty! And what a cute name!
Yes, Allie the alligator. Isn't she darling? She's my favorite, aren't you? Yes, you are.
I'm so jealous. Can I pet her?
Of course, princess, of course. Boy, howdy. These two were made for one another. They look like they'll be busy for a while.
Maybe we should, go back inside the prison and check the cells?
Yes, let's. Perhaps we can find a clue there as to who our 3rd missing prisoner might be.
Why don't you want to pet the alligator, Edgeworth?
Sir! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Phew! I finally caught up with you.
Gummy!
Detective, you're not needed elsewhere. No, the judge and the kid aren't here yet. Oh, and I got your message. So you searched the victim's cell. Did you manage to turn anything up? You struck gold, sir. Well, blood anyway. It was right there on the floor. Only in tiny specks, though, but at least it's something.
Yeah, it proves that the holding cell was the scene of the crime, right?
Not quite. It proves a possibility, but it's not conclusive yet. I thought you'd say that, sir, which is why I ordered some follow-up work. I asked forensics to analyze the blood and see if it matches the victim's. They're on it as we speak.
Nice work, Gummy. You thought of everything.
Detective, I must say, I'm impressed. Did you hit your head or something? Gee, don't look so surprised, sir. I just hope things continue to go in our favor.
Signs of blood, yippee.
Alrighty, so that's proof of the murder happened in the detention center. And for our next trick,
we'll find out how that dog got over there.
Don't worry, you can leave that one to me. Until the kid and his chaperone get here, we've got the whole prison to ourselves. Which is why I brought my secret weapons along.
Secret weapons?
That's right, a few tools of the trade that have helped me bust more than a few cases wide open. Behold, the 7 secret weapons of Dick Gumshoe, ace detective extraordinaire. Well, I don't know about you crazy cats, but I'm sold. Miles? Very well, detective. We'll try using your secret weapons. You got it, sir. Let me run you through the list. Secret weapon number 1, my trusty old metal detector. If it's made of steel, silver, or scrap, this little guy right here will find it. So it detects metal. Very good, detective. Next up, secret weapon number 2, missile. Everyone's favorite crime-fighting canine. He can track pretty much any scent you put in front of him, especially food.
He sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Canis' dog.
And now for secret weapon number 3. Where'd I put it? Aha! Am I one snapper short of a school, or is that a fishing rod? Don't tell me we're going fishing for clues. No. I mean, I just happen to have it with me, that's all. I see. Well, onwards and upwards, detective. Let's see what else you have. That's all she wrote, sir.
Gummy, you're 4 secret weapons short of your so-called 7, and one of them was a fishing rod.
Sorry, but that's all for today, okay? I'll, show you the rest next time. Why do you think I call them secret? God can't just go sharing everything at once. That's crazy. In that case, then I suppose the 3 you've deigned to reveal to us will have to do for now. Alright, which one do you want to try, sir?
Missile!
You got it, sir.
Hey, Missile! Your boy!
Cute!
Aw, he really came!
So, what are we tracking? We're trying to find out how Mr. Canis' dog got to the holding cells in the first place. I suspect the same route was used to bring Knight's body back to the prison.
So we gave the pooch a sniff of the body. And he'll find that route for us.
Oh, he's so cute. Does anyone else smell something sweet? All I smell is the odor of blood. It's faint, sir, but it's there. Almost like cake, maybe? Why would the body smell of cake? Okay, Missile, get a noseful. You sniff. Here we go, follow that dog. That's the way to... He's headed for maximum security.
Uh-oh, he's going in.
Just have to follow after him. This is Canis' cell. Oh. Though the man himself is absent, it seems. Is he meeting with someone in the visitor's room?
You think Missile's onto something?
Shh! Looks like maybe he is.
Oh, he mad.
There's something here.
Let's get snooping, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Canis' chess set, complete with a special dog piece.
That's not a chess set, that's a whole chess table with legs. Looks like it might be worth something, too.
It's not inconceivable. Some of them are. This is quite a nice one.
I never would have pegged Mr. Canis as a chess fan, though. What's with the whole Eastern aesthetic he's got going? Oh, what with the whole Eastern aesthetic he's got going? I thought he'd be more into Go.
Go, huh? Can you play?
I could play Go Fish.
Not the same thing, Kay. Not even close. Cute. Tea and rice crackers. Mr. Canis clearly doesn't lack for comforts.
I could think of worse ways to spend my time in jail than drinking tea and playing chess. I thought this was maximum security, not maximum comfort. How come nobody else gets the special treatment?
Complaining to me isn't going to help. Perhaps you could take it up with the man himself.
Yikes! No thanks. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, that chisel on the floor is a bit smaller than the others.
I'm no woodworker, but perhaps it's an all-purpose one that can be used in a pinch, regardless of the job.
An all-purpose pocket chisel. Makes sense. Always nice when your tools are useful and easy to carry.
Is that your opinion as a thief?
Nope, it's my opinion as a great thief.
I walked into that one. Mr. Canis' chisels. Everyone a potential murder weapon.
That reminds me of something. The furrows in your brow. When you frown, it looks like somebody took a chisel to your forehead.
No idea what you mean.
See? They're so deep. Don't tell me you don't see it, Mr. Woodcarving Face.
Have you quite finished? What's the matter, boy? Wait, is this cake what you were after?
Buddy.
Whoa, down, boy, stop that! No, you can't have it. Dogs can't eat chocolate, you know that. If you won't behave, I'll just have to eat it myself. Not bad. There's some real outside the chocolate box thinking there. Not sure everybody agrees, though.
Gone me, I wanted some.
Daring of you both to assume the food in a prison is safe to eat. Well, daring or dumb. So, anyway, looks like it really was cake Missile was tracking. Talk about a waste of time. I suppose we got our just desserts. Just desserts? Hello? Typo. But the little guy's definitely capable, right? Sure is. This was just a blip. He'll follow the right scent this time, I promise. Seek, boy. Oh, I think he's onto something. Whatever it is, it's in there. Mr. Carcerato's cell. We need to take a look inside. Detective, call the guard. Yes, sir! Thank you, officer. A question before we begin. Is the prisoner, Mr. Carcerato, still in solitary? No, sir. Came back a little while ago, and he was here for the noon roll call. Guess he must be on work duty someplace. I see. Now, You would be so kind as to open his cell.
Yes, sir! Okay, but I think we're gonna end here for today. My voice be dying on me. But thank you guys so much for coming. Let me see if there's anybody we can raid to. Alright, I don't really see anyone, so we're just gonna end. Thank you guys for coming, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!